The saying, "Don't bring a knife to a gunfight," has a lot of truth to it. But, thankfully, most fights don't involve a gun. In most self-defense scenarios, having a knife on you will give you a significant advantage. Along with being a great self-defense weapon, psychologists say that people are more afraid of knives than guns. Long story short, knives scare the hell out of people, making them a great deterrent to crime. Hello everyone, this is Liam from Survival Gear, and in this episode, I've compiled a list of some of the best knives for self-defense in the market today. Without further ado, let's get started. CRKT Provoke. You won't have to worry about getting caught off guard with this folding knife by your side. The CRKT Provoke uses a kinematic operation to deploy the sharp, curved blade immediately. As you hold the knife, your thumb will intuitively rest on the deployment curve, and when you apply slight pressure to this point, the blade will spring into action. The blade length is 2.41 inches and consists of D2 tool steel with a nitride coating for extra durability and rust resistance. The handle is a CNC machined 6061 aluminum alloy with a black anodized coating. When folded, this knife fits comfortably in the palm of your hand for optimal control. Benchmade INFIDEL. Yes, we know. The automatic out-in-front version of this knife is much more fun and far more ominous in appearance. But for this list, we're going to focus on the fixed blade, since it has fewer moving parts and is much less prone to something failing. OTF blades are fast and fun to deploy, but it's pretty difficult to design something more reliable and durable than a traditional fixed blade. The 4.52-inch double-edged spear point blade consists of American D2 tool steel and comes in at a huge 62 HRC rating, which is really hard compared to most other knives. The INFIDEL was never designed to be a highly versatile tool as you move from task to task on the ranch, but more so to be carried on you through dangerous lands and uncertain times. This is the kind of knife you carry when there are no easy outs or nearby aid. This is the knife that decides whether or not you continue your mission, whether that be defending your family or fighting off an insurgent in combat. Of course, this knife isn't exactly a fantastic EDC, and there are many knives that are fairly lethal for protection, but offer more versatility and utility. But come on, there aren't many knives on the market that look as ominous as the INFIDEL. Cold Steel Urban Edge. Here's a budget option for those with slim wallets. The Urban Edge is a series of push daggers from Cold Steel that straddle the line between the enormous 4.5-inch SafeMaker and the minuscule 1-inch Mini-Pal, balancing out usability with portability at only 1.42 ounces. The Urban Edge is light enough to be forgotten, with the sheath designed to be used in a neck knife setup. Although a series of rivets on the sheath mean it could be adapted to belt carry or just shoved into a pocket, since it's only 4 inches long total. Blade steel is AUS 8A, in a broad dagger shape with a hollow grind and flat on the back. The handle has a molded rubberized grip. You have 3 choices for the grind: plain edge, 50-50, or fully serrated. The push dagger is designed to be held in a closed fist, with the blade protruding through your ring and middle fingers, away from your knuckles. In a defensive situation, for use in a pushing, punching, thrusting motion, rather than swung in arcs like the karambit, at only 2.5 inches, it's not an outrageously large knife, which gives it the benefit of being easy to carry and conceal. But it's long enough to make a difference. A push dagger is even more reliant on gross motor skill than the TDI, and probably less useful for day-to-day tasks. A real single-use self-defense tool. KBAR TD. The KBAR TD has been around unchanged for quite a long time, because it serves a very specific purpose and doesn't require constant updates to remain relevant. The TDI is designed as a backup knife to a handgun, an easy-to-access secondary option if your primary defense tool can't be reached or doesn't work. To that end, the TDI is designed around compatibility with gross motor skills rather than fine techniques. It's a modified karambit shape but it's designed to be used in a forward grip, cross-drawn from a belt holster on your non-dominant side to quickly and effectively cut at close range with a straight wrist. The angle to the handle isn't a coincidence. It's designed to be drawn from a holster in a similar manner to a pistol. It's an extremely specialized knife design, but it does still hold some day-to-day practicality that a traditional karambit doesn't. AUS 8 steel is a reliable choice, black-coated here, and contoured polymer handle gives you a solid grip with a deep finger choil, right behind the bend for control. There's also a partially serrated variant, as well as a large size, if you want something bigger. CRKT Duhawk. If you are looking for a combat knife that looks intimidating to attackers, go with the CRKT Duhawk. It features a full-tang design, and its 5.095-inch blade has a hawkbill shape, with a sharpened back edge ideal for carving and making long cuts. This feature gives the blade a sharper point and the user more control, which can be a life-saving advantage in combat. The steel blade consists of SK5 high-carbon steel, providing the blade with exceptional toughness and wear and tear resistance. The handle features a ring on its bottom to maximize grip efficiency. The G10 handle scales on both sides to secure your grip in nearly any outdoor condition. The CRKT Duhawk pairs well with any military-inspired tactical gear. The carbon-rich steel has high abrasion resistance and an excellent blade toughness balance. The knife's back powder coating gives it a sleek appeal, but heavy use can scratch off the coating, making the knife slightly unattractive and adding glare. This can be inconvenient, since you will need to recoat the blade to maintain its original appeal. SOG Pentagon OTF. Out-the-front knives are one of the most widely prohibited styles of knives out there, as the government likes to associate them exclusively with person-to-person combat, and therefore sees them as a threat. However, if you live somewhere you can carry an automatic knife of this type, they're exceptional when it comes to self-defense. And the SOG Pentagon OTF might be the best all-around option out there. A deliberate forward push of the button with your thumb and you're treated to a rapidly deployed and locked 3.79-inch cryo-CPM S35VN steel blade. Due to the professional nature of the Pentagon, SOG provided an aggressive spear-tip blade with one thing in mind: thrusting it into things. The scalpel-sharp, two-sided blade even features a small blood groove that runs down the center of the blade. Coated in black titanium nitride, this blackout edition Pentagon means business, yet retains a stealthy look to it. SpiderCo Civilian. The genesis of this knife came from a request by elite undercover law enforcement agents who found themselves in situations where they could not carry a gun, but still wanted an effective means to defend themselves. It is a badass-looking knife with a reverse S-blade that is designed to do only one thing: cut through flesh and bone. The proper way to use this knife is as if it were a claw designed for slashing. It is not a knife designed for stabbing. The most common word I see used to describe this knife is scary, and I don't disagree. A single swipe from this knife would be absolutely devastating. The tip of the knife is razor sharp and very intimidating. It comes with a pocket clip that allows the knife to be carried either tip up or tip down. The tip of the knife is delicate because it's thin and razor sharp, so be careful with it. It has a G10 handle that is strong, comfortable, and ergonomic. It also has a slim profile, so it's easy to conceal. Although this is one of the most expensive knives on the list, I do feel it is still the best self-defense knife on the market right now. Kershaw Secret Agent. If you can look past its bombastic James Bond-esque name, Kershaw's Secret Agent knife is one of the best bang-for-your-buck boot knives around. It boasts a high-carbon, heat-treated steel dagger-style blade, has a grippy synthetic polymer handle, and comes with a durable molded sheath that makes it easy, convenient, and discreet to carry. Just don't think you can start taking down the criminal underworld with this blade in tow, and you should be fine. Gerber Mark II. Originally introduced in 1966, Gerber's Mark II fixed blade knife isn't just one of the oldest tactical combat cutting tools still in production. It's one of the best and most iconic, period. From its long dagger-style 420HC with double serrations to its die-cast aluminum handle, this is a pure tactical combat blade in every sense. Measuring up at an impressive 12 3/4 inches overall and with a weight of 8 ounces, it comes with a ballistic nylon sheath for easy carry. One of the best-selling knives of all time, the Mark II is the benchmark against which other tactical knives are measured. The classic features remain applicable on today's battlefield. The double serrated blade for maximum piercing capabilities, the exaggerated bolster for confident grip, and the unmistakable 6.5-inch 420HC steel blade. The Mark II isn't just another tactical knife. It is a piece of history that you can carry on you. KBAR TD Hellfire. The KBAR TD Hellfire, it is a personal defense and combat knife that was designed specifically for police, military, and other law enforcement agents. The grip and blade on this model are a little larger than the original TDI model, and KBAR decided to make significant changes to the sheath. The sheath on this model has a thumb release retention mechanism built in that just makes the retention that much safer and harder for someone to take your knife from you. That said, this is a unique feature. It does take some getting used to. If you do plan on using this knife, be sure to practice your draw religiously. One thing to note is that the recurved Tanto blade is hard to sharpen, which is why this probably isn't the best utility knife, and I would only carry it for self-defense. The blade style is perfect for jabbing, slashing, and piercing.